Welcome back to another Sunday Swings. If you're seeing this, I already uploaded my first vertical short summary of my Sunday Swings, so go check that one out. Let's start. AUD-USD. This is a super high risk pair. On the weekly, we only went up for the last few weeks, so this is super high risk. On the 4-hour, this is some kind of head and shoulders where you don't really have the right shoulder. We have this small EMA, small area of interest. So this is really high risk, but I do think that this is a trade one could take. Well, EUR-GBP. EUR-GBP, I think it would go into both directions. On the daily, we have what's forming like a head and shoulders pattern, but we might have a bigger right shoulder than this. So if we have a retest to this area, a retracement, then we can take buys to the upside. If you can see, it's like a head and shoulders, so this is an inverse head and shoulders. And we could fill the wick on the weekly, or we could just come down below this area of interest and then have the move to the downside and make this head and shoulders pattern valid. I guess you could see this as a right shoulder, but it's not that clean. So if this really creates a right shoulder, then it would look quite nice. EUR-CAD. It is a bit choppy on the weekly chart, but if we break below this area of interest on the daily, which is a super strong area of interest, we would need a real break because we have some choppiness in there as well. So we would need a real break, then have a retest, and then we could take the trade to the downside. But it does look good. GBP-USD. GBP-USD looks like an inverse head and shoulders. On the daily we are bullish, on the weekly we are also bullish. Inverse head and shoulders for our EMA. The 4-hour, I'd say, is still bearish from this move right here. So if we could get a break above this and then the retest, but maybe we don't even need this. Maybe just a move above this level and then have the retest. Yeah, something like this, but I do think it's one of the cleaner trades. Then NZD-CAD. NZD-CAD break below this area of interest on the 4-hour. It's also a high risk trade. On the daily we are bearish. On the weekly we had a wick. And on the 4-hour, if we break below this area of interest, we are definitely bearish. So it is high risk considering this move to the upside, but we do have some indications that we could now have a move to the downside. And then we have three JPY pairs. They are all pretty much the same. Whatever looks cleanest in the moment. I want to pull back to this level or to this level and then have the move to the downside. Looks pretty good. We have, this is a strong area of interest. This is also a strong area of interest. We have a super huge bearish engulfing on the weekly chart. So if we do get a retest, we can look for continuation sells. Same on your JPY. We have this area of interest. We even have a head and shoulders right here. Then we have the EMA. So a retracement to this area would be great. I think this is also doable from this area, but I be hesitant to take a trade from this area, considering this is a stronger area of interest. So I would wait for super strong confirmation or just wait for this area to be hit and the neckline of this head shoulders pattern. And GBP, JPY, we have this super strong area of interest, and this is also the only area of interest that we do have. So this is cleaner than Euro JPY and USD JPY because they do have both. They both have two areas of interest, while GBP JPY only has one area of interest, which makes this the cleanest pair. We have this strong move to the downside also on the weekly, engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of price action in just 1 week. So we do have a indication of a bearish sentiment, just break below this. So now we wait for a retest to this area. We also have the daily EMA. I think this also looks pretty good. My favorite pairs are probably GBP JPY. I do like GBP USD, even though they now have an inverse cross pair correlation. NZD CAD also pretty nice. And then the Euro CAD, Euro GBP. They're not the cleanest, but they do look like they could offer some opportunities. AUD USD is just degenerate high risk trade, but it does look good on the lower time frame, so maybe only a day trade. Yeah, and that's it. See you guys next week and check out the summary. Goodbye.